Drive Podcast. All right, welcome back to episode 175 with your boy East Coast Trev, and I'm joined by my good buddy, Mr. Madman Mardick. That thing is really...
Happy New Year. I need Mark to make me one of these.
You think he'll make you one?
I know he will.
All right, we'll have to get on that for... He's got a whole year to make it.
Whalebone.
Out of whalebone?
Whalebone noisemaker.
Oh.
Happy New Year, brother.
Happy New Year, bro.
This is starting to become a little tradition.
I guess so. Well, we're not live on YouTube, but it's okay.
And I'm not drunk.
Well, not yet. It's just getting started here. And this is the big ball dropping podcast. Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Never mind. We'll leave that alone. But we are in studio and we have some really good news or big news or all the news. I'm not really sure.
Hashtag all the news.
You're supposed to help me out with this, Mardick, and you're not doing anything at all.
You're beyond help, my friend.
Okay. Well,
Just drop it.
All right, fine.
3, 2, 1.
Jesus. Dude, that thing's getting taken from you by the end of the podcast. All right, I'm glad you threw that across the studio. So I guess that our team just got bigger. Let's just state it at that. We're just going to drop it right off the bat. Our team has gotten a lot bigger, so we have our man Tyler Forbes.
What's up, man?
In the room with us. We got Seth something or other. Seth, how are you, buddy?
How we doing? What's going on?
Justin Barnes down on the end corner there.
Never been better, baby.
That's awesome. And we got Lou Ferreira.
What's up, guys?
What's up? Seth, how do you actually say your last name?
We're going to do it like this. Bull-ya.
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 Oh, yeah.
What is that? Like, is it like Spanish? What is
French. It's I'm a mutt. Nobody knows.
Nobody actually knows.
It's French.
It is French. That's good, though. Nothing wrong with that.
I'm like 15 different nationalities.
Well, I appreciate all of you guys joining us here in the podcast room, in the studio, dude.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
So let's talk about this big news, man. We got big things going on here in the Outdoor Drive podcast. We decided to do... What are we actually going to call that? Like a... What do we call this thing?
I would just call it an expansion.
An expansion.
The Outdoor Drive.
All right. So that's what it is. It's an expansion. Do we have to go undergo any surgery for this, or is it just...
No. It's not a transition. It's not a merger. It's a straight-up expansion.
Depends on how many beers we drink.
Truth to that. No, so with that expansion, what's actually going to happen is that these boys are joining us here to do the production side, the video side. These guys are big killers here in the Northeast, man. These guys put down some beautiful bucks all the time, and they're going to be doing some video stuff, joining us on the podcast, traveling around with us, hanging out. You guys will get to know their personalities pretty quick here, I would imagine, throughout the podcast. But congratulations to all you guys. We're fucking happy to have you guys here and be part of this big thing.
Dude, we're fired up.
Let's do this.
It's going to be fun. We're definitely all going to get in trouble.
For sure.
I don't think that the world is ready for something like this, though, to be honest with you.
I mean, This is like everything I've envisioned the past 2 years is just doing this, sitting at the round table, shooting the breeze and just kind of focusing in on our dreams, you know what I mean? That's the biggest thing to me.
Yep.
No, that's definitely it is.
Yeah.
I mean, because coming from doing what you were doing before to what you're doing now, I mean, it's no different. It's just on a different platform.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been done yet in this area.
Exactly. And it's a great platform to really expand. I mean, you guys are killing it on the podcast scene, and I think, we can bring a ton to the table on the production side. I mean, yeah, a lot of people kill big bucks in the Northeast, and a lot of people are successful, but being successful without a camera is a lot easier than being successful with a camera. I think that's what we bring to the table.
That's for sure.
Not to mention storytelling, I mean,
yeah, that camera adds a whole different element on, and it's brutal. It's a grind, but it's you got to have a passion for it, and
you have to want to have that thing in your hand at all times. I think that's the most important thing where a lot of people lose it, is that they don't bring it in the woods. They'll be like, oh yeah, I'm going to bring it on this hunt, but I'm not going to bring it on that hunt. That thing needs to be with you. That is a third arm, dude. Like, literally has to be with you all the time. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't bring it with you, you're not going to be successful in getting film. I mean, that's just the way it happens.
And the one time you don't bring it will be the time that you smash something too.
Exactly. Yep.
I mean, put it this way. There's a reason why there's not a lot of people that film and hunt. It's not easy. It's a grind. It's an absolute grind. There's nothing. It doesn't matter whether it's 50 degrees in the stand or 17 degrees. No matter what temp it is, no matter what the elements are weather-wise, it's hard. It's a grind.
Yeah. I mean, we could bring the cameras in and everything, but we've been here for an hour, and we've had more laughs in 1 hour Wild. You know what I mean?
What are we on? Like, what, take 44?
The camaraderie, just everybody, the group text, how much fun we have. I mean, that's the main priority.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the big thing too is we all have the same vision. You know,
Right.
like, it's like we're serious about this, but at the same token, we understand how much passion we have for the outdoors and hunting, and we're not letting the seriousness affect that passion. We're just kind of merging them together,
Right.
and I think that's why it's been so successful, and I think that's why we're having so much fun.
No, it's so true. Honestly, it really honestly is.
Well, you want to talk about a 10%er? What's 10%? What, 10 out of 100 people?
That's right, man.
There's 6
I've
of
been
them
saying that forever.
There's 6 of us sitting
Yeah,
at the table right now.
It's a fact, dude. It's a lot of people are probably still hungover from New Year's, man. Day 2 after New Year's, and here we are having a good time, talking hunting, and really just sharing our passion with each other. And I think it's super important. I mean, you need to have that drive.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have that drive, and everyone needs to be on point. And if you're not on point, unfortunately, there's not a seat here.
No, not here, not on this team,
No,
not with us.
you gotta have that drive.
Oh my god, I'm just trying to figure out the levels of this thing because it's so weird having 6 people in one building. Dude. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? How do you even
Tune
do
it
all
in.
this stuff, dude? It's like it's pretty wild. It's like there's shit going on. The things are in my thing. I got him with a fucking noise blower. Where did that thing even go, dude? What did you do?
I
with
threw it because you yelled at me. I might need
That'd
it
make
later,
a good
though.
goose call.
I bet you can call in some coyotes with that thing, though.
You think so?
Put a little ass to it. Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Well, why would you do that?
We should do a video on that. We gotta call in a coyote with that thing.
Just do it on your property, not mine.
Don't educate my
Yeah,
dogs.
yeah.
Dude. Educate your own, dude. No, it's
Just run through public land blowing it.
on a Saturday morning. Everybody would really enjoy that.
I'd get arrested for hunter harassment.
I am the hunter, bro.
Yeah.
What do you mean? No, but Justin brought up the most valid point of it all, honestly, is the camaraderie, the camp. That's what I'm looking forward in all of this, and having all you guys on the team is that, like, dude, hanging out every single weekend or whatever, hunting season, talking to everybody, doing a deer camp. We have in the makes of a turkey camp with Mark up in Maine and all that stuff. Like, that's what I'm looking forward to, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I can't wait.
I'm gonna take up stock in some beer company, and that's the beer that I'm gonna buy every single time because I know that's gonna be like the one, dude. But you see all these people that are successful in the outdoor realm, right? And what do they have? They have a huge team of guys that are like really successful, really work hard. I mean, you have like Seek One, Hunting Public, In the Presence. I mean, all these guys
Just
that are very
Hunt Club.
similar. Just Hunt Club.
Yep.
It's the way to get the amount of content that you need to be successful is by having a good team, right? And I think one of the toughest things is finding the right team, because like you could have. I mean, we all know my track record, and finding the right amount of team members to be part of it, and like they don't work out, they're not in that 10% club, they don't want to work hard to it, they don't look as good as Seth does. I mean, it's just the way that it goes, it's tough. It really is, and nobody wants to devote that time.
Iron sharpens iron.
You are what you surround yourself with, 100%.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Especially in this industry.
Like we say, iron sharpens iron, and rocks dull knives. That's just the way it goes.
Yep.
Kick rocks.
Sorry, I had to. It was just a metaphor we like to use here on the Outdoor Drive. It's just one of those.
Might be a T-shirt.
Yeah, it could be. Do you want to make it a T-shirt?
We talk about T-shirts all the time, and we never make T-shirts.
Well, now we have
gotta,
the.
Yeah, we gotta start this.
We got to do a
Agreed.
10% T-shirt.
10%
That's a
T-shirt.
fact.
That's in the works. I think that would be the greatest one ever, because if you did like the meaning of what 10% is, I think that would be the coolest T-shirt ever. Are you a
Yeah.
real 10%er? You know,
Right.
like
I
fuck,
like that.
get on it. What did we say that we were gonna put on that T-shirt? Do you remember?
No.
Nah, we always see this is the problem. We
Are
talk
you
about
up?
bad T-shirts.
You're going to do it with a pen and paper at the table.
No.
10% puts in 100% of the effort, or
Yeah,
something
that's
like
what
that.
something
Yep.
like that.
Yeah. I've heard that before. I like that.
Yeah, that's what it
That's
should
a good
be,
one,
dude.
yeah.
Though, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because that's what it is. So why don't we go around the table? Why don't you guys all tell a little bit about yourself, kind of, so everybody can kind of understand who everybody is. Let's start with Lou on this side, dude. Tell us a little bit about you, man, so that these
You
guys
gotta say
can
it like
put
this.
a little name.
Tell us who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
Yeah, that's what you can do. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and what you do, Lou.
I got you.
All right, so I'm
Do you
Lou
want the mic?
Ferreira.
got my
I'm from Rhode Island, born and raised, small town, surrounded by water, big fishing town. Grew up fishing. A lot of my family fished, and none of my family really hunted. I had a couple uncles that rabbit hunted and stuff, but nobody really deer hunted.
Isn't that normal in the Portuguese world?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
of course, yeah. Thousands of dogs in cages in the back that just loved rabbits. So out of high school, I started working for a cider, and he deer hunted. And he told me that he hunted with a bow and arrow, and I was like, "You can do that? You can actually hunt deer with a bow and arrow?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I thought it was always gun hunting." And ever since that day, I've been hooked. Been absolutely hooked. I kind of had to.
We're just passing beers around.
Everybody's raising their
I didn't know that Lou was going to be long-winded, so I figured we'd check for you while he did it.
Chapter 2.
Save me for the end.
Yeah.
Save me for the end. You know?
Shit. Never mind.
Shut up. Never mind. Go ahead, Lou. Sorry, we didn't mean to interrupt.
So yeah, so I was hooked from there, and I kind of had to teach myself. No, I didn't really. I had him, but those old timers don't really do things the right way all the time. So I had to kind of teach myself. He was a guy who hunted 5 steps from his truck and stuff like that, and I just had to pretty much learn on my own. And I think I've done it pretty well over the years. It's it took me a while. I've been hunting since I was 17. So it's about 15, 16 years now, something like that.
You're
34.
pretty old.
Yeah. So no, I'm not. So it's just a passion, dude. It's crazy.
That's why you're here.
Yep.
That's what it's part of.
Yep. And then I started self-filming about 4 or 5 years ago, and that brought up a whole new passion. Like I loved hunting, but getting the stuff on film is just wild, man.
Just to sit back and look at it yourself.
Exactly.
Dude. It's not even to share it with everybody else, but to know that the hit, and just to watch your own
review,
memories.
Exactly.
Dude.
Look at your shot. You're not too, sometimes you think you make a great shot. Like earlier this year, I thought I made a great shot on a deer, and then I went back and looked at the film, and I was like, oh my God, I hit him high. Mm-hmm. I hit him, it looked like it went over the spine into the backstrap, and sure enough, that's what happened. But from what I saw, I thought he was done.
In the moment,
that
dude,
film is just
like you say you don't black out, but you black out.
Yeah.
Dude, your adrenaline's
Definitely.
coming through your ears. And
you remember and then what actually happened sometimes there's a big difference.
Right.
Well, why don't you introduce yourself, Justin? Tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
Well, my name's Justin Barnes. I'm from Wakefield, Massachusetts. I now live in Pelham, New Hampshire, but I grew up in the suburbs north of Boston. It was sports my whole life. My dad always hunted. I was always so curious about it, but until I could pull back his old Matthews Z-Lite was when I really got into it. It was when I graduated high school. I could finally pull it back, and it was all downhill from there, man. It was woods. But it kind of consumed like everything, so I kind of came off of it after high school a little bit. Went to college, and then I came back, and it was just everything. Too close? Too far?
No, too far.
Too
But
far?
you're good. Yeah,
All
you're fading away on me.
But I got a little freshwater experience as well, so I love going on the little flat bottom bass hunter and doing a little fishing, not only deer hunting, but new to the filming thing, but we're going to run with it heavy here.
Well, you got a good one on film this year.
Yeah, well, this is the first time I really started doing it, so I was super interested in it, but I never really had the time to get the camera, get the arm, and do everything. But
pretty successful for your first time.
We're going to do it now, man. We're going to run with this.
Yeah.
Be definitely fun. Seth, tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do, buddy.
Also a small town, Rhode Island. I've been hunting.
Rhode
fishing.
Island's small altogether.
It is. But you got to cross a couple bridges to get across it.
It's true. It's true.
I've been hunting fishing since I could walk, man. My dad and my grandfather, big role models in my life. And since, like I said, I shot my first squirrel when I was like 4. And then the rabbit was like 5, turkey was 6. And here we are, It's never been a question in my mind, even through sports in high school, middle school, whatever. Going out with my grandfather was the best day in the world. And that still hasn't changed to this day. Those are memories and opportunities that you cannot take for granted. And bringing that to my daughter moving forward that's a whole part of life that I never would have imagined until of late,
She's a killer.
Dude, she loves it. And
She's
I
in
hope
the woods with you all
awesome,
the time.
dude.
All
constantly.
the time.
So awesome.
A lot of challenges, man. Hunting with a toddler is very difficult, but it is awesome. seeing them experience it, just like you remember you experienced it, it's a whole new world, and it a lot more difficult, like I said, but the reward is unbelievable. But man, everything, fishing, saltwater, freshwater, waterfowl, deer, turkey, it doesn't matter, man. It's all good, and we're here because we love it and we're obsessed. It's a passion, it's a way of life for us at this table, and that's how it's supposed to be, and that's why we're all here.
Ty, I know everybody kind of hear your voice a million and one times, but just why don't you lay it down for him, buddy? I know you.
Yeah, I'm Tyler Forbes. I'm
you
from
like
Mass.
to do that.
Yeah. I'm Tyler Forbes from Mass. I'm a police officer in Massachusetts. And,
You admit that?
Yeah, man, I am. Call me Sarge, baby. But no, I think I'm kind of the oddball here at the table. Is I didn't get into hunting until later in life. I've only been hunting. This is my second full season even hunting. And I kind of did things reversed. I kind of just jumped right into it with a camera, which is kind of a different perspective.
It's wild, actually.
You know, and it's kind of just been, it's an addiction, dude. I love everything about it. And, a lot of that addiction's fueled by, I met my father at the age of 28 for the first time, and he's a big-time hunter. Never met him in my life. So that was our way to kind of bond and to make up on lost time, being in the woods with him. I didn't know what I was doing. I was happy and fortunate enough to be with my dad finally. And I just fell in love with it. And, he'll tell you straight up, I've surpassed him already because I just love it.
Now, were you into hunting before you met your dad? Or
Never.
So he was kind of what you go.
Yeah, never, man. I've always liked the outdoors, you know what I mean? Whether it's, fishing with my buddies or whatnot. But I've never hunted, never shot a bow until the age of 28 when I first met him. And
that's awesome.
And since then, it's just been, I love it.
Yeah.
It's family work in the outdoors, and that's really all I do. And my son's 4, my daughter's 3, and they love the outdoors. So it's kind of like everything that I wish I had growing up. I'm able to share it with my kids now too. So I just love it. I just love it, and it's like just being surrounded by all you guys here. It's like that's how I learn. I'm learning every single day, and I just love it. I love it.
Just ate it up,
dude. It's just it's legit everything. Like and they say like true love, right? Other than my wife and my kids, legit hunting has been like boom, like true love right away.
He's one of the biggest pushes every day. Oh, no, you're not going home and going to bed because I work nights. Yeah. He's like, oh, no, come on, kid, grow up. You'll sleep when you're dead. You're going to get in the tree stand. And I was like,
facts.
Shit, I got to get in the tree.
Yeah, I just love it, man. I've said it since I did a podcast with you guys with Daggers. I brought up the 10%er. Man, like, a lot of people work hard, but I'll be right up there with the top. I'll be right up there, and nobody's going to outwork me. If anything, they're going to work as hard as me. That's just I live by that.
Marduk's like that. Marduk is like, where are you hunting tomorrow? I'm not. Yeah, you are, bro. You're fucking hunting tomorrow.
Yeah, me and Marduk talk all the time.
Thanks, bro.
All the
Appreciate
time
it.
about it, Just grind, man. I love it. I just love it. I love it. Relentless. Just relentless.
Well, it's good that it's like a 3 to 4 month swing. It's not all year.
Right.
Because, like, there comes a point where you are getting tired, and it's like,
oh, yeah.
Shit. But you're like, hey, we only have 25 days left. Like, you know what? Just keep pushing. Just go. Half the deer on my wall come from the last week of December. Mm-hmm. If you can stick with it and you can go through those cold temps, dude, you'll be successful.
And I think something that we all kind of share as as a group is the fact that I don't want to slate our significant others and things like that, but man, without their support, we are not successful like we are. I mean, like people don't understand what goes into being successful. It is thousands of hours out in the field. It is hundreds of hours in the stand. Like, if our wives are nagging us 24/7, which by the end of December they probably are, and I love them to death, but without that support, we are not successful. And then you add in filming into it, it's a whole different grind. It really is a different grind.
I'd like to know across this table how many hours collectively we spent.
So from September 15th to the end of December, I sat 148 times. Just for deer.
And roughly say 4 hours a sit, not including all day sits. Put 4 hours on that 148.
I legit am a zombie all season. I work the overnight shift. I work from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. and I didn't miss an evening sit, and I probably.
Well, that's why me and you talk so much, is because we had the same schedule.
We're both on overnights.
So we talk all night. Literally, we'd be on the phone for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then we'd be in the tree texting, hey,
Yeah.
Yada, yada,
Hey,
yada.
hey, don't make a mistake about it. I'm on overnights for a reason.
No, me too,
You know what I mean?
dude.
Is he a cop too? He kind of looks like a cop.
Yeah, he kind of looks like he kind of looks like Bobby Bones right now. I'm not gonna
Don't
lie.
let that comb over for you, baby.
Union
Bobby,
Carpenter.
yeah, Bobby Bones, look out. Bobby Bones, look out.
I love all the accents on the table. It's totally different. I'm a union carpenter.
Yep. Downtown
Union
Boston, baby.
Carpenter.
Kid
Can you
can
just
make
say-
and paint your front fence.
I'm not a fucking painter.
Yeah. Don't insult him like that.
I thought
It's like
it was,
movie miles.
Carpenters don't like being associated with painters.
Oh,
Can you say the whole park my car at the curb? Have a cup of coffee.
park my car in Harvard's yard.
We park it at the park.
Sorry,
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island's way worse.
Rhode Island is like Mass mixed with New York,
Yeah.
where it's,
The armpit.
Go down-
park the car at the
Yeah,
park.
that's what we
Go
said on
down
the ride
south
up
and
here.
look at us. We have 3 heads.
Yeah, me and Justin are on the ride up here from Mass this afternoon, and I'm like, dude, like, is Rhode Island and Connecticut even a state? You guys don't even have a professional team to root for.
Yeah, we had the fucking Hartford Whalers, dog. That's not a team.
Yeah, I don't know. Never heard of them.
We got Mohegan Sun.
Yeah, true.
the
Brittany
Sun.
Griner plays for them, I think, right?
There was what else we have? Oh, we have the goat yards or the
the
yard
yard
guards.
goat. The yard goats.
Yard goats.
We got some high school and college teams. Come on. Come on.
Providence.
Yeah, let's be real
Yeah,
here.
URI.
URI is a really good one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really worry about those things because I don't even know
Too
what
busy
they are.
hunting,
Yeah,
Tom.
exactly.
Too busy hunting.
Yeah, dude. I mean, what do you mean? If it's not hunting, it's fishing. If it's not fishing, it's trapping. It's fucking foraging. It's something else.
Dude,
You know
that's
it's
something that you
constantly-
give up in this doing this. You give us sports, man. How many NFL games do I wish I watched, but I can't because I'm in the woods? You got it's one priority or the other.
How many
It's
people?
like TV shows,
How many
too.
people here were athletes?
Everybody.
There's
everybody.
I think there's such a thing there. Like when
Everybody.
you
Yeah.
grow up as an athlete, and like I can remember like. The fall was a hectic time growing up because I played football. So football
Right.
season, deer season, like
Yep.
maybe when you're in school, you might get a couple sits out a year. But
Absolutely.
then once you're done with your sports career, whether it be high school or college, now it's like, what am I going to fill that void with?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
deer hunting.
Mine
baby.
was
It's
deer hunting.
deer hunting,
Yeah.
baby. And if you were one of those guys that like. Maybe you just played football and it was just in the fall, but if you were one of those guys that were working out all year for football season, those are the guys that are working for deer season all year, whether it's shed hunting and scouting and all that stuff, because you have to replace that passion for that sport with something.
I quit playing football in high school just to go hunting because it was like it got too close. You know, when you're in high school and you had that addiction and it was real tough. And then sophomore year, I'm like, dude, I'm done. I'm not playing ball no more. I don't want to play no
Yeah.
sports. I'm fishing and hunting. I mean, that's just the way it goes.
That's when it hit me. Those sports ended.
Yeah.
That was it.
I can remember I used to always skip school opening day of deer season, and I made a deal with my dad. And he said, "You can miss school in the morning, or we're going to sit till 9:30, and then you're going to school." And I said, "What if I shoot a buck?" And he goes, "If you shoot a buck, you don't have to go to school." So I'm like, "All right." So I shoot a buck. I skip school, right? Well, I got football practice that night.
Yeah.
And the rule is, if you don't go to school, you don't go to football practice. Well, screw that. I'm just gonna. Who's gonna know, right? So I showed up and I'm at practice. Didn't go to school all day, and I'm doing jumping jacks. And the coach walks over. He's like 2 inches from my face. He goes, "Did you go to school today?" "No, sir." "Kill anything?" "Yes, sir." "Good boy."
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
That's
That's
how it is.
awesome.
That's how it's
Well, you better do the same thing on Friday night, right?
That's right. Kill something.
Yep.
You have to. I mean, that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Dude, we would skip school to just go pheasant hunting, bro.
Oh yeah.
I mean, all the time. My dad would. It was the best was when my dad would come and pick me up early. Wouldn't even know he was coming, and you would just hear your name over the loudspeaker, and you'd be like, "Dude, I know what I'm doing. I'm going hunting." Pops would always pick me up to go do it. This is what it is, dude. It's the lifestyle, man, and people don't realize it. You know, they think like, okay. There's two different people out there, right? Like, there's the weekend guys that just enjoy it. They wear their orange, they hunt, they get it, they understand it, and that's great, man. Like, those are the people that. I love it, dude. Get into it, man. Fucking be all about it. But then there's the hardcore people, and that's the 10% or people that are doing it constantly all the time. I mean, it's as far as like fucking scouting. Like, dude, it's January 1, the season's over, and we've all been in the woods already once. You know what I'm saying?
5 miles.
Like, it's shed hunting season's about to kick off, and that it never ends, bro.
The next
It's just-
season starts as soon as this one
Yes,
finishes.
sir.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
It's like not even talking about looking at topo maps. And I mean, I'm a big topo guy. I love looking at topo maps. My head is in my phone all the time looking at topo maps. it never ends. You know, it never ends.
It's like reading Braille for me. I don't get it. I
Yeah,
don't
see,
understand.
I'm like 50-50 with it. Like I love looking at them and stuff, but then like you get in that gut, or you're on that ridge, and you're like, this doesn't look anything like I thought it was gonna look like. Yeah, so
One doesn't replace the other.
It took me a little while to learn how to read a topo map, but it's once you figure it out and you can look at the map and then get to the place and be like, all right, this is exactly what I thought it was going to look like. It's a game changer.
The highs and lows,
it's a
definitely.
game changer.
But sometimes
you can a lot of times it's you just look at the map and it just you can almost see a flat map with all the topo lines. You can see the way it rises. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and I mean it may be a hit or miss, right? But at least going into like a piece of property that you're scouting, or if you're going in to hunt, you know, blind, you kind of have an idea, like, all right,
the way the land.
I'm going to go here, and
yeah.
guess what? You get there, and the sign's unbelievable, or it's exactly what you want, money. But if it's not, all right, well, I'm going to go to the next circle that I circled and check that out.
It just cut a lot of hours off.
Yeah, it kind of just hones in.
It helps.
You can hone in on a
100%.
property because every property's got their money spots and it's got their crap spots. It's simple.
Who was looking at my hunt stand earlier with the was it Lou?
Yeah.
You saw my pin.
Yeah, he opened it up. There was 1,000 dots.
And a lot of
Christmas tree.
A lot of those pins are. Some of them I haven't even been to. They're on public somewhere. I saw a spot. I dropped a pin. When I get to that area, there's a pin right here. Let me go check this spot out. Like some of them I've never put boots on the ground. Some of them I have, and they're usually surrounded by real pins. But like I'll just drop pins anytime I see something that intrigues me. I'm dropping a pin. I'll get to it someday. You know.
You know it's wild. Just the six of us here, right? And you talk about the 10%ers. How many different ways the six of us can use a topo map or OnX or Hunt Stand?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People that don't understand, they don't understand.
Yeah.
No. You know what I mean? You drop a pin for something interesting, something you want to see, something you have seen, where I'm going to go there, I'm going to drop a pin, or I've been here, I'm going to drop a pin. You know, there's so many different ways to skin this cat that you're either in it or you're not.
And that's what's going to help us too. Say we have a weak spot. Hey boys,
Right.
need some help.
That's
you know what I mean?
The best thing about having a network like we have here now, because as you progress and become better at your, you know, whatever it is, deer or whatever we'll say, you find less and less people that you can tap into for advice or like ideas or opinions. So now we have this network of guys where like I trust you guys, where I can be like, hey, here's your trail camera picture. Do you think this is a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old? Or hey, check out this map. What do you see? You know, like it's harder and harder to find people to get opinions from, and we have.
Yeah. Well, we could share our Onyx spot and not worry about him going showing some guy at the bar, and then I got two guys diving in on my spot.
We were just talking about that on the way here, talking about going to, traveling, going out of state, and we were talking about you guys in Ohio, and we want to compare our notes on ourselves to where your spins were.
Yeah, we were saying
what overlaps.
That. Going to Ohio, we're gonna look at all right, you guys went here. All right, me and Seth will look at this. We'll just look at just the map and place pins where we think are going to work, and then see where your pins if they overlap ours, and see how really good we are.
So that's the other thing that plays a big part, and I do it a ton because I'm not a mapping guy, right? So, but like because I'm a boots on the ground. I want to see it physically.
Yeah.
I have to see it. I want to know what's there, what exactly is. Like my buck that I had killed 2 years ago there was literally, I didn't even look at a map other than the boundary line, but like going in there, I found scrapes, found sign, and hunted it. Like that's it. Like I just knew it was there, and just
it was just pretty flat though. There wasn't really much topo lines.
There's not much topo there. It's not. But
aerial, same thing.
But then we started hunting
satellite.
Yeah, but then you start hunting eastern Ohio, which is very like mountainous and
Hill
this, that, and the
country.
other thing. But what I do a lot is I try to use my references back and forth. So like I'll text Martic, be like, yo, check this map out. What do you think here? Because now it's a vast area with a ton of mountains in it, dude. And you can't, in a week's time, I can't even cover an eighth of it, And it's like, all right, check this out. And he'll be like, go look there. And be like, nothing. All right, check this spot. You know what I'm saying? Or, hey, you want to look at this spot. And then, but you have to use to your network. And then having a group of people like this, like I could, phone home, hey, bro, anybody ever seen anything like this? What do you think that this works? So like when you're traveling, hunting or whatever, because you're trying to get it done in 5 days, you know?
Yeah.
So like you can try and bounce back. Or even if we all have a hunt together, we can sit at camp in the night like, oh, I saw this, saw this, I did this, and then see how, can make each other successful. And that's the thing with the game of hunting or fishing or whatever. It's just using your resources around you, like the people around you. It's the same as the listeners reaching out to me or now any of you guys because maybe they like your characteristics and they want to ask you a question to help them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get a newer hunter that wants to ask you something or a stud that wants to ask Justin something. Like it's just the way it goes,
No, absolutely. I mean, I think Lou hit it on the head too. I mean, Seth hit it on the head. You're as good as what you surround yourself around, and I think like what I've noticed about us as a team is that we are a team. There's really nobody that puts themselves above another person, which is awesome. You know what I mean? I could hit up Lou and be like, hey Lou, can you help me with this piece of property? What are you seeing? And then I can say the same thing to Seth, and I'm getting different proponents from everybody. But at the end of the day, like our goal, our mission is to get killer content. It's not about, oh man, I want to get a bigger buck than Lou. I want to get a bigger buck. No, it doesn't matter because you know what? If one wins, we all win.
Dude, I'm going to be just as happy as if you drag out a 150, you drag 150, or I drag. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter.
And but that's huge because it's very hard to find people like that because there's not a lot of people that are 10%ers and actually are all in the team philosophy. And I think that's why we all click because we were all previous athletes. We all get that team concept.
Competitive edge.
So the other thing to go along with it is that like, so say Justin shoots another 150 next year, but then maybe Seth doesn't shoot a buck or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like just putting it out there. But like, it's okay. We're a team. We all work together. We all grind together. It is what it is. Or if some dude's chasing a 180 and doesn't get a stick in him, like, listen, we're all going to pick up the slack for each other because that's the way that it goes, But I mean, and that's a whole nother thing. Like, people are always like, oh, well, Trevor didn't shoot a big buck this year. Yeah, well, I passed on a 120.
Yeah. They don't see that.
No,
they don't.
That's just as much as of a success.
Or that 110, however you decided to do it, meant more than that 150 that you shot at the farm.
Right.
But that's a decision that the game is really all on yourself, right? You're only in competition with yourself, and it's whatever you make of it. You know what I'm saying? But like what I may think is a trophy to me might not be a big trophy to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But like, and vice versa. If I feel like I want to pass a bunch of smaller bucks to try and shoot a bigger buck, then so be it. But if not, and I just want to kill everything, well then so be that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll shoot a 110 any day of the week if it's the right.
Yeah,
the right
it depends
scenario.
where you are too. Like at home, like I may pass a bunch of 120s and 130s when I know I got 150s on camera. But if I go public land hunt, 120 walks by,
the 80th
I'm
walks
gonna
by.
smack that thing.
Right.
I've made that mistake because you shoot a real big one, and then the next year you're like, I'm holding out for another big one, and then you eat tag soup, and then I felt bad for the deer this year, bro, because that thing walked by, had a decent rack, whack. Don't care, dude. Don't care at all, man. Like it's whatever you make of it, dude.
Yeah, and I think another cool thing is the fact that that team philosophy. For me, being this is my second full year hunting, third year hunting period, but me shooting like 115-inch deer, like, dude, that means everything to me. Where Seth him personally, that may not be a deer that he particularly would shoot, but he's still just as fired up as I am, and that's what that's what the good thing about this group is we're all there for each other. You know what I mean? Like, we have different expectations, but I think at the end of the day, we all have that grind mentality, and we also have that storytelling mentality. We're all creative. Right. We're all creative, and I think that tells a lot because there's a lot of groups throughout this country that are doing exactly what we're doing, and they may only have about 3 guys out of 6 that are creative, and the other guys are just sitting there slinging arrows. We are all creative. We can all storytell.
So that's that was kind of, you bring up a pretty valid point, because one of my things is, like, a lot of guys, a lot of my peers that I look up to in the industry, I'm chit-chatting with them and this, that, and the other thing, and, it's kind of telling them what's going on, like, hey, man, we got 4 new guys joining the team and this, that, and the other thing, and one of them had said to me, he said, Trev, when you do that, you might only have 2 of the 4 guys that produce content or out there doing it. And I said, time out. I said, that is not going to happen. I can promise you. I can promise you. I said, I got enough faith in my heart that every single one of them is going to put forth just as much effort as I would if I was, you know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever. Like, you can, they're go getters. They're 10%ers, and he's like 10%. Whatever. You'll never understand, but then but no, it's the truth. You know, like that's the thing of this group. I'm looking forward to it because it's a nervous thing going into it, right? Like nervous thing for you guys joining in on the drive.
Dude.
Definitely.
You know, me and Steve having you guys join us. You know, like
no
there's a
doubt about
lot to go into it. Dude.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot, but
And
I think it made it. You know, it's going to make a really good dynamic, and I think that we're going to turn some heads, and people are going to be like, "What in the world is going on, dude?" I can wait because I cannot wait to see their faces. That's what I'm like. I don't know if people can handle what's about to happen.
Like for me, when I started Anchor Point Productions with Nate, that was a way to get our foot in the door for an opportunity like this.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a stepping stone to get in this opportunity to get on a platform of
There's a resume.
a bunch of individuals to absolutely live out our dream. Like this is our dream. People may laugh at us, but this is our dream. This is what it's all about, man.
Right.
I talk to my wife about hunting. I talk, and I know you guys all do too. This is our dream, and there was absolutely no hesitation coming over here to the Outdoor Drive. None whatsoever.
No, I'm looking forward to it. And, you know, I think that all of our goals are pretty damn similar, to be honest with you. I don't think that there's one. I've talked to everybody individually, and I think everybody's on that same aspect
Absolutely.
and that same drive, you know? I mean, as cliche as it is, but, like, the drive is the drive, man. And that's why it's called the Outdoor Drive, dude. It's not anything more than that. It's the drive that people have, and it's a tough thing to fulfill. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Dude,
like
no
that
doubt
drive
about it,
is
dude.
fucking. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
I can't wait to see 2023. It's going to be insane.
Yeah.
What do we got coming up? I mean, what's
Well,
in the
we-
future for
we-
January,
We
February?
get the
What
show
got?
up. We get the show up in
So-
PA, right?
So the first one off. I need my calendar.
I got you. Hold on.
Madman Martic the calendar.
Don't leave.
That madman's like, I got a pin. Don't
And
worry, hold on.
I think that and I think that shows I think that shows where we're at too as a group too, is that we all want to be a part of it. You know, these shows and stuff like that. We want to get our faces out there. We want to meet people, network, and grow this thing to a goddamn friggin' Colossus empire, man.
I don't know where you're coming up with this craziness. We just go there to drink beer. Bro. I don't know.
I don't drink beer, so
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Typical
As he's got
topic.
3 bushes in front of him.
it's water, brother.
It's light beer. It's
Yeah.
Bush Light, so it's like.
It's Bush Light.
So Harrisburg's first.
It is first.
Yeah, I didn't think it was either, but yep.
Are you
Harrisburg.
kidding me?
Nope, because
Yeah.
that's early February.
Yeah.
So we're looking at
The second week of February.
Second Saturday.
tentatively we're looking at like 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe 10, 11, 12 that last weekend at Harrisburg.
We'll be there.
That's Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah,
Pennsylvania. And then 2 weeks later we've got Springfield Sportsman Show in Massachusetts.
Yeah, we
be
have a
there.
booth there.
That's February 24, 25, 26. We will definitely be there all 3 days.
Yep.
And then March 24, 25, 26, we're at Mohegan Sun.
Mohegan Sun. So, and one of the things is I know a lot of listeners are probably like, oh, but Trev, you're not coming to Iowa Deer Classic, you're not coming to ATA, you're not coming to all those shows. No. And one of the reasons I'm not going to those shows, or we're not going to those shows, is that we are putting forth the effort and time into the group as it is today to make it so we're here locally, going to those shows and making that improvement. And then in the near future, so 2024 for us, I think there's a lot more bigger shows across the country that we're going to show our faces at, you know, God willing, obviously, but like to being able to go to those shows. But it's, you know, I think locally the shows, I think, you know, one of the things that I see is just building it here, building it in New England first, because we are New England boys. And I think New England has one of those touches to it where there's not a lot of people doing what we do. I mean, there's really not, you know, and not young gung-ho dudes. Like there's a lot, you know, you have your Bennett's, you have your Benoits, you have, you know, those guys, and they do their thing here. But like, we're going to make a name for it, I think, in my opinion, you know, like, I mean, everybody successfully killed a buck this year, definitely killed a buck. And most of us killed him on film.
Yep.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's not easy to
Couple.
do. There's not a
Couple.
Yeah, not only one of everybody.
He got 2.
Yeah.
I got 2. You got...
You got 2. You got 3 because you got $2 in a doe, right, Seth?
I killed 70 this year, so you got to narrow it down.
Did you get them all on film?
Recently.
I got 2 does. I got my 8-pointer. I got a crop damage my big
Velvet?
velvet. Yep, I got a velvet on film. I got Berlin game. I got 5 deer on camera this year.
Wow.
5 kills on camera.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And
This kid with the footage is just
which is awesome.
He
He's
just
about
kills
it.
them all
He's
year
about
long.
it.
So,
All year long.
and that's
lot.
one of the things with this whole expansion is that all those videos will now be on the YouTube for the Outdoor Drive. So now not only are you going to get podcasts weekly, but there's going to be constant content on the YouTube side also, which is going to be a ton of videos, a ton of great stuff. I think reviews, how-to videos, like as simple. All right, we talk about, for the past 40 minutes, we've talked about how great we are as a 10%er. But one of the things that we neglected to talk about, and in my opinion, right, is the things that we can put forth to the newer hunters, where how-tos, how to, like gutting a deer, tracking a deer.
Yep.
And, the thing with a group like this, and one of the things that kind of, like, in my mind, I envision is, like, say that you shoot a quartering 2 buck, he shoots a quartering way buck. I gut shoot a deer. He high shoots a deer. We can then put together a video of how we track those deer and what the situations is to try and teach those new people. Because we're not saying that we're better than anybody at being the 10% and being that drive and that stuff, but we're willing to share that information. Maybe not Madman Marduk, but everybody else is definitely all about. No, I was just kidding. Sorry, Madman.
Yeah, I mean, we're showing what works for us individually. And
Right.
hey, if
We were
it
talking
works
about-
for you, great.
We were talking about on the way up. Be like, dude, I just got a big piece. He's like, hey, I might do a 5-minute video of here. I'm going to start here.
How I
I'm going to break
dissect
this
it,
piece down, and there's going to be a whole segment on how we scouted that big piece they just got.
Yep.
And
That's what people like to see.
People love that.
informational stuff.
Yeah.
They-
And it
they
might not
want
be
us-
what works, but it might not be what also doesn't work.
Right.
Correct.
You know?
Correct. I mean, I think there's so much the range that we can do, because I think we're all really good at a lot of different things. It's not like all of us are good at one thing. We're all good at different things. Like for me, I personally plan on putting together an episode showing my interactions with homeowners' consent, of course, going and trying to get that private property because
that's
I've been
huge.
very successful the past 2 years of getting private property. And, I know it's like, oh, Seek One does this, Seek One does that. Yeah, they do, and they do a great job. But it's a little different up here.
Yeah.
we're in New England.
And I do things
a
a
lot
little
of
different.
liberals.
A lot of
Yeah.
blue states.
Yeah, a lot of
No,
liberals.
we don't call them blue states. We just call them fucking liberals. That's what they are, dude. It's
Yeah,
cut
there
and
is.
dry.
There's a ton, and I think that would
And
be
not to
kind of
mention,
cool.
you got to knock on 11 doors where they knock on 2.
Yeah,
Because
fact.
the
Spade's a
property
spade,
lines are
Bubba.
The
so
Spades
property
a
close.
lines,
spade.
yes.
Yeah.
A lot
I mean,
smaller properties up here.
like we talked about when I was on the podcast a few months ago about when I killed daggers, my target buck this year. I got 13 pieces of property private permission to kill that buck over the course of 3 years. Like it wasn't
Right.
just like hey, I'm all in on this buck. I'm going to kill him this year. I'm going to go get 13 properties. It took me 3 years to get those 13 properties, and 2 of those properties I didn't get till this final season when I killed them.
You've
Right.
probably
So-
knocked on more doors than most people
Yeah,
have.
and I
in a lifetime.
and I think like a lot of people are like, well, how do you do it? Oh, I'm going to show you. I want to tell you how I do it. Give you, without charging you to, come and see what I do.
Right.
Come along for the ride, see what I do, and how I interact with people. How I formulate my my pitches and stuff. And I think it comes down to it. Just be yourself. Tell your story. Be a respectful person. Don't show up wearing camo. Wear a nice set of khakis with a button down flannel.
My
kind
camo
of
has
like what I
buttons.
have on right now.
My camo down. I have a button down.
Yeah, see, if you came to my door, I'd say no in a heartbeat. But
That's just rude.
in Massachusetts, absolutely, dude.
That's
You
just
cannot
rude.
show up with camo.
Really?
So I knocked on 164 doors last year, and that's not even talking about the calls that I made. And I only got, I think I got like an extra 9 properties last year out of all those.
Which is huge. 9 properties is a lot of properties.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a lot.
I mean,
Like I hunt 2 private
Yeah,
pieces.
in a lot of those pieces of property, I didn't even hunt this year. But like that's how you start managing your stories. Like I have bucks on properties that I didn't even touch this year that are probably going to be primary spots next year.
Right.
That's how you start building content. And that's how you start building stories. People want to see stories. It's cool to see the guy that goes into public and kills a deer blind, and
There's
all,
a story,
all that
but
stuff's
it's a different
great.
kind
but
of story.
I like being creative. I like having that. I like being able to tell a story. Like share that story. Like how did you do this? How many hours did you put in?
Right.
We talked about it, sitting on the side of the road watching daggers cross roads. Like, a lot goes into this stuff. Like, we're not just sitting in a stand waiting.
Well,
We're being aggressive going to get.
Well, the other thing about that is the stories behind it, because a lot of people, what is the number one fear about doing? Going and getting permission. I know, like, Martik, you went through it this year with one of the bucks that you were chasing, like going and getting permission, and you're nervous about going and getting that permission or going to do that. So I think a video like that would be absolutely great, where like, you know, you have that hurdle that you've jumped over and been able to go and get permission from a ton of places, where Seth has a ton of big properties that he may hunt and he doesn't have to go and get permission. So there's that diversity within the group there, where a guy like me hunts one private piece and everything else is public. That's just my choice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just I suck at everything, but it's fine.
Yeah,
it's normal.
I just remember my old man saying when we first started like hunting and stuff, and I just remember he said, he's like, listen, you've been a police officer since you were 21. You're outgoing. You have no problem talking to people, you know, as you all can tell here. But you get no problem talking. He's like, use that to your advantage. He's like, and my dad told me, he's like, you may have two pieces of property, private property, that are really, really good one year, and they may suck the next year. You need to have those backup plans. You need to have those plan Bs, plan Cs, plan Ds. So if I can secure as many private properties as I can, I'm going to. And if I also can use it to our advantage as a team, say someone's having a down year, or they're not on deer, or they don't have a story going, dude, come over to one of my pieces. Like,
that's huge.
And I think that's a big thing. We get so tied into, this is my deer, my property, my deer, my property. Dude, we're a team. I don't think we have any type of arrogance like
team
that.
now.
No, we don't have any of that.
Yeah, I've always been like that, where it's, you know, my property, you know, if I've shot a good buck already, and then I have a different property that's got a giant, you know, like me and Seth have been boys forever, that, you know, if he's having a down year and he doesn't have any bucks, like there's no regrets at all at letting him come onto my property, and I will put him on that deer, just because I'd rather see.
I might actually shoot a deer.
Well,
We'll get you on one, Trev.
we're in a different realm. It's like we've all shot deer.
Right.
It's the people who get like that, like it's my type deal. It's like they don't really have much. They haven't shot much. So it's like they get all, no, stay away.
Yeah.
We've shot deer. So now it's like, it's this team thing. It's like, hey, come on.
Well,
let's roll. You
and
know
to
what I
us,
mean?
it's a content thing, and that going back on what you said, camaraderie, dude. Like that's
dude,
that's a huge thing. I would rather be in the tree and not see a deer, be with a buddy. Like me and Martik hunted together in the tree, dude. It's the most fun thing I've ever done.
Yeah,
You probably fuck up so many hunts just to do it, but who cares, dude? It's so much fun,
Dude,
all the laughs,
the giggling, dude. Oh my god,
you can't beat that.
dude, you can shoot a doe with a buddy in the stand, man, and the rush is just as much if you shot a 120 by yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it's totally different. It's totally different.
You can miss a doe with your buddy and have a blast.
Yeah, right.
I missed.
You can miss and shoot. Last year, so that 6-pointer I shot last day of the season, I'm with a buddy. End of the year, we always do like double sits. We're like, whatever, season's over, let's do it.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, this is a 6-pointer he's frequent. He was injured. He was on this power line. And sure as shit, 4 o'clock, comes right off the hill. And my buddy, he doesn't hunt much. Draws, I range him like 30. Shoot. And he's like, right under him. I'm like, VXR in hand, range 40, shot him. We sat there, we drank beers. It was a blast. Dude, it was amazing how fun it was.
That's awesome.
I thought he was shaking more than me the last time when we hunted together, and I missed that doe, bro. The tree was going like this. You know what I'm like?
Oh my god! Ask
He
Seth
wanted you
about
to
the
miss.
time we were turkey hunting in Rhode
You
Island.
wanted him to miss.
on private land. Me and Seth turkey hunting on private land in Rhode Island, and we had this. There was a group of turkeys in front of us, a bearded hen, anything you can
4 toms.
imagine.
Smorgasbord.
And these 2 giant toms just took forever to come in, and then they finally came in. And I drew back, and Seth, he's like, hold on, it's like 30 yards. He's like, wait, and then now, like, so I'm like, all right, I let down, and I'm waiting for them to come closer, and Seth looks at me, and my knee, I have my bow on my knee, and I'm like this, and I'm like, because these turkey, like, they were around us everywhere, and he's like, after the whole fiasco happened, I looked at him, I'm like, did you see me shaking? And he's like, dude. He's like, you were shaking like a leaf. And it was just like that rush of being with somebody else, and it's so fun, dude. It's so fun.
It makes it so much better, dude.
Yeah.
Because you're in the game for yourself. Like, deer season, all right, the prime of the rut, dude, fuck everybody. Like, I'm sorry. Like, no disrespect, but, like, I'm on the grind. You know what I'm saying?
Grinding,
like, I'm on
Every
the grind.
man for himself.
Yeah,
at
dude,
that
you're on
point.
your own. But preseason and postseason, fucking send it, dude. I'll sit in the tree. I'll fuck up every hunt. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what's cool too, though, is like a lot of times, you know, I love early season. I love early season. I love pattern deer early season.
Me too.
I usually am pretty good at getting at least one down early season. And so, like, a lot of times, for a long time, if I got one deer down, I'm good, because it's tough. You know, it's tough. And I usually only had like one shooter per year that I wanted to take. Sometimes it might be two, but if I get the one, I'm all right. And so a lot of times that happened. I'd get one down early season, and then I'd go sit with Seth, like, because
Monkeys
I
off
didn't
the
really
back.
have anything else. Yeah, I didn't really have anything else to chase. So I'd go sit with him. Sitting with a buddy during the rut is wild, man. Is wild, because a lot
Are
of
you
times
swinging at him?
is a lot of
Don't touch your bow. Don't touch it.
a lot of times the rut. Everything happens so fast, and getting it on camera solo is tough. So when you're with a buddy during the rut, it's wild.
Well, that's the
It's
other
wild.
thing.
It's
like,
fun as hell.
If somebody was on a giant buck and they needed someone to film, I'd go film. You know what I'm saying?
When
Like,
they get
yeah.
big to a point, it's like, hey, I don't care
Yeah,
what I'm
but
doing.
if
I'll
you
come film
haven't-
you shoot this thing. 'Cause
Yeah,
if we
exactly.
get this on content, we're loving it. You
Yeah,
know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's important. You know what I'm saying?
Huge.
I'm willing to give up a hunt for that, or two or three. I don't care. Like, I'll go spend a
Exactly.
weekend at someone's house and
No, see,
fucking
that's
film,
the thing, though,
you
is
know?
I don't want to expect anybody to give up a hunt, like, especially if you haven't shot anything yet. You know, don't you know, you're not going to give up a hunt for that.
Right.
You
know,
might be
'cause-
sitting with me opening night this year.
Yeah.
For Chuck, I think so.
but like
Just
like
I'm just
early
letting you know,
season, like if
Early
you-
season.
Don't make any plans.
Yeah, I don't care. What am I going to go do? Shoot a doe? Unless I got one patterned.
That's
Then-
what I'm saying.
then
Early
it's,
season, yeah, you know, your buddy has one patterned. You don't really have anything, you know, like
Early
that's
season's tough, man. I mean, you're either
Super, yeah.
on it or you're not even
exactly
not even in
Yes.
the game.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
a lot of guys think like, oh, I got this buck on camera. Yeah, look, every night I got pictures of him at fucking 1 o'clock in the morning, dude. You're not gonna see that deer on
Yeah.
opening night. It's not
Yeah.
gonna happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's
No.
just you're not even close, bro.
Yeah.
But I
Not-
mean,
oh, not early
But when you
season.
know you're in the game, I mean, when you got him daylighting every single night, you got a damn good chance of
Yeah.
seeing that deer on
That's
opening night.
that's
Yeah.
what I've gotten pretty good on the early season bucks, and
Early season too.
I've really honed in this year, where I think next year, early season, like I'm talking like opening week, I think I'm going to be able to get a monster.
Now, when are we
down.
talking? What's opening week for you guys?
Well, the spot that I'm talking about right now is Mass. So what is it?
October
October
first.
1st.
Well, it's
Yeah.
October 4th this year.
Yeah, so
It's the third next year.
It's
Third
almost
next year.
Every year,
This year it's the
it
third,
goes up
yeah.
a day.
we're
Yeah.
September 15th in Connecticut.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Rhode
we-
Island,
Stupid early.
Rhode
New Hampshire,
Island,
same thing.
So Rhode Island, there's in my, I'm not gonna really say where it is, but
That's all right.
No, don't.
there's some
Zone.
spots.
Your
My zone.
That's in my zone next year. There is a lot of spots opening up, and this area is an area I've brung my dog. I've walked 1,000 times. I know this area like the back of my hand, and it's never been open to deer hunting. And next year they're opening up 4 different spots in this town, and
It's go time.
it's gonna be wild, man.
Yeah.
Like you guys can all come down. Honestly, like I will put you
I'm
guys on deer.
I'll be coming.
and
I'll
we
be-
will.
I'll be
we
coming
will
down to
shoot
help-
deer.
I'll be coming
opening
down to
week.
help
I'm
drag
telling
that
you.
monster
I'm
out. That's what I'll
telling
be
you.
doing.
I'm ready. Especially the first week of the season, because, like, what do you really have? Unless you have
Exactly, and
something
it's great because it's September 15th, so it's before any of you guys' season opens. You
Well,
know,
ours
it's-
opens September 15th.
Well,
but-
yeah.
But who
Yeah.
cares?
Dude, I'll come down and film you. I'll come down and film.
Well, what fun is that?
But I want you in a stand.
dude.
I want you in a stand.
If he's dropping a monster, it's fun.
Listen,
No.
yeah,
He's
exactly.
saying he's saying that everybody gets in this spot because it's new public land.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go in there and we're gonna massacre the
Oh,
place.
could you
We're
imagine
gonna
that?
surround
A brand new
them,
public spot just opened up. It's the first day ever anyone can hunt there.
ODD.
And there's 2 Connecticut trucks, 2 Rhode Island trucks, 2
Two Mass
Massachusetts. What in the hell is going on here? Everybody's got the same outdoor drive bumper sticker.
Yeah. I love it.
Who are these guys?
Oh, you're gonna find out. Watch YouTube. I can't even go there because I was gonna say something I probably shouldn't.
We already said half of that.
Yeah, whatever. No, there was a couple of kids that we used to say to them, "Oh yeah, you want to hear what we're doing? Just listen to us on iTunes."
Yeah.
It's just the way it goes.
That's
Fuck
right.
them, you know. Like I don't know. I don't want to be a jerk about it, but like it's true, you know. Like you want to know what I'm doing? Fucking listen to me on iTunes.
Yeah,
it's just the way it
that's
goes.
as
You'll
much
know.
as you're
I'll
gonna
tell
get.
you. I'll tell you everything you need to know.
You'll be about 2 weeks behind me.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. That's it. You know, and that's what we say. We say we make the report, not chase the report. I mean, it's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care what anybody else is doing.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing what we're doing, and that's what it is, and that's that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I think this year we got a lot of a few trips planned too. Like we're looking to do some stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
We're looking to get out of state. I mean,
I think the big thing for us, like, right, well, whatever, dude. I think between like we can't hunt on Sundays and stuff, like going in and turkey hunting with you guys and other places, or you guys come down and turkey hunt with me, doesn't really matter. But then going to like Maine and hunting with Mark,
that's gonna be
from
awesome.
Nor'easter games.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Because
I'm really looking forward to that.
The thing with Maine is, I think he's only like 2 hours from you guys. It's not that far.
Where in Maine?
He's in Bangor.
That's 4 hours.
4 hours.
That's
Okay,
still-
same thing.
2 hours. 2 hours for me and Mass.
Same thing.
That's 2 hours
From them, yeah.
Oh, okay. It's
The
from
2 hours
his.
are for them, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half for me.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not bad
really?
at all.
Yeah.
That's it?
Oh my God, we'll eat breakfast at my house, then we'll go hunt.
No way.
You guys
That's
are 3
sick.
hours from us
But-
anyway.
But to go up there, I mean, the turkey hunting's phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? And we'll be able to. That's the other thing. Going back on the camaraderie. I mean, I want to
Just
hit
the
that thing
brotherhood,
home.
you know?
Is like, and it's funny. The craziest thing about the whole thing, and I'll tell everybody the story because it's kind of wild. Is talking to Mark, and Mark is like, I consider him like a father, right? And you guys will too once you get to know him. Maybe a grandfather more than a father, but no, I'm just kidding. Sorry, Mark. But
We love you, Mark.
so, but no, we were talking with Mark, and I was like, "Yo, you guys need to check these guys out, dude. These guys are awesome. You know, I think it might be a good thing, you know, for Nor'easter to work with the team. You know, I think it would be kind of cool and this, that, and the other thing." He's like, "Oh, you know, it'd be kind of cool," because I was like, "Oh yeah, you know, maybe they'll come up and we'll film. We'll be in the, you know, in his shop. He's got a giant shop and all the wood and all the stuff that he works with and building calls and knives and everything." And I was like, you know, they'll come up. We'll maybe do some filming things, and we'll all do some interviews, some podcasts, hang out, you know, hunt some turkeys and whatever. So then he kind of got it sparked in my mind. So I started talking to Ty, and I'm like, "Hey Ty, like, what do you think about this?" And he's like, "Well, what if we did outdoor drive, and we'll say that it was presented by Anchor Point?" I was like, "No, that's horrible. That's not going to sound right." So then we got to talking, but it all had stemmed down from Mark, because Mark was like, "I want a team of just good, hard-driven dudes that want to just spend time," because like deer camp, we all hang out in deer camp, you know, like we have a shitty place to go and hang out. Horrible hunting, but a really cool camp, you know, and we could kill some deer there, but it's not like we're not going to kill 180s there, but
it's all
still
about the
fun.
weekend with the boys.
Exactly.
That's what it's about.
And that was where Mark was like, "Dude, you know, I'd love to have just a team of good dudes that everybody can hang out together." And then that's when me and Ty were talking, and we're like, "Well, you know, what if you came under the umbrella of the outdoor drive and we just have a kick-ass fucking team and we all just do this?"
There was really no other way. I mean, I just feel like it made the most sense.
This is way better.
It made the most sense. It's just perfect where it is right now, and I think we're all here because we know that opportunity that sits here, and thank you for you to bringing us on board, because at the end of the day you could have completely said, "No, I want to keep it podcast wise," you know what I mean? But you were looking to expand too, and you trust in our quality and what we do.
The thing is, I'm a filmer too. I
Yep,
love filming,
exactly.
so it's like I get someone to edit my film, so it's great. I love having you here. Sorry, he was making like in the background when you weren't paying attention. You know?
The Gluck Gluck 3000.
It's because he said Ty.
I'll tell you guys. I'll tell you a funny story about Mark. So Mark had been trying to get a hold of me like this past weekend, and I think he called me when we were recording Friday night. Mm-hmm. Friday night, Mark called me. I didn't answer it. We were recording. He said, "Call me tomorrow." So Saturday comes around, I forgot to call him. I didn't have time. So he calls me again last night. Me and Sarah watching Yellowstone, so I'm like, "Oh shit, I gotta call Mark back."
I didn't watch it. Don't spoil it.
I won't. So I text Mark. I'm like, "Mark,
It's not a Yellowstone podcast.
I'm finishing up a show right now with the old lady. Give me 20 minutes. I'll call you back." So he's like, "You did that last night." I said, "I didn't have time to talk to you, right?" So I finally called Mark back last night. You know, all he had to do is talk about tweaking a call to come, right? Hour and 36-minute phone call. Because once you get on the phone with him, it's just
yeah,
like
dude.
It's over.
It's not a quick phone call. Like you just. It's like a goddamn podcast with Mark.
It is. It's so much fun, dude.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is, it's just a great group of people to just add to the mix. You know what I'm saying? All of us get to hang out and do all of our thing, and fucking we all just believe in the right thing, and we just get to share our stories, and not only share the stories through a podcast, but now being able to share it through video too. Which is
it's gonna be unreal,
dude. I'm
I
so
can't wait.
pumped. I'm so pumped.
It's gonna be a ride.
That's the fun part about it is being able to share your story.
Yeah, it's not about us.
you know?
It's not about glory. It's not about getting famous. It's not about none of that. It's sharing what we have.
So many people see the grip and grins, and they're just like, "Oh, he shot that. Oh, cool. He made
Yeah.
it. He's out in the week on. Say he shot on a Saturday. Oh, he got out on this weekend and shot there. No,
Right.
no,
You wish
no.
it was like that.
There's more behind it than that.
Yeah.
But it's not even the deer though. It's the fishing. You know, the bass fishing, the saltwater fishing, the
Yep.
turkey hunting, I'll go pumpkin seed fishing. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. You know, like it's being in the great outdoors. Like for me, like it's everything.
Yep.
I mean,
it's the outdoor drive, man.
The-
what
the-
drives you outdoors?
the number one thing for me.
Don't worry, we're gonna ask you that in a little bit. You better be ready.
No, he doesn't have to be ready for that because I got a different one for these guys today. So they're not getting away that easy. So
Oh, great. Do I need to see this beforehand so I can?
no, you don't need to see nothing. Don't worry. Hold my beer. It's gonna get good. No, just kidding. No, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope that the listeners do and the viewers. I think because it's gonna be fun. Even like Hunt Stock, we got Hunt Stock.
I know we forgot to mention that earlier because it's like way after show season. But yeah, that's middle of August.
So I got married the weekend of Huntstock last year.
Oh, so you didn't even go?
I couldn't even go, man. And I'm one of, dude, I was like the most excited about it. I promoted it the most. I'm like, you guys, dude, like this is gonna be epic, blah, blah, blah. And then like, I'm like, I'm getting married that weekend. Wow, I can't go. That sucks. So now this year it's gonna be better. Now that we have us as a group, and VIP night's gonna be a blast. And never mind Saturday, Sunday, the whole night.
What time was the wedding at? 5 p.m.
Oh, I had rehearsals.
They opened at 9, bro. You could have made it. Come on.
I would have
Now
been
you got-
divorced
I
day
thought
one.
you was a 10%er, bro.
Sometimes that's what's needed. I mean, you gotta
Listen,
tune it in right from the beginning.
she lets me do what I want, so she.
I'm
no,
just
I know.
kidding. I'm just
Nah,
kidding.
Bro, my anniversary is November 11th.
Oh, that's terrible.
What is wrong with you?
Who planned that?
Oh, dude.
Her.
I was in love at first. You know what I mean? We just did foolish things.
She was rutting.
Yeah, mine's
That's
late
probably
September.
my single favorite day of the year.
It is also I've killed my biggest deer on November 11th.
Isn't that Veterans Day?
Yeah. Well, it's around there. Whatever.
No,
Whatever
it's
day
it.
land- no, November 11th is
It's
Veterans
Veterans
Day.
Day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that is, all right. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
one of those. That
The
falls on the
observed
same
holiday
day.
is
Yeah.
a different day, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It could
yeah.
be the 12th.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the best day in the woods, in my opinion.
Agreed.
What happened? Just explain it to us.
Tell-
What did you do?
No, I can't.
Oh, okay. Jesus Christ. Ty, we can't even... Sorry, there's a private text going around. This kid's a nutcase. Whatever. These
cool.
poor listeners.
I'm just
These
kidding.
poor listeners.
We got the cell cam going on.
I'm just kidding.
So-
Cell
You
cam.
still-
The unicorn buck showed up.
Jeez. So I'm
No,
gonna
I'm just
ask
kidding.
you guys.
That'd be a big waste.
I'm gonna ask you guys. What's your guys' goals for 2023?
You want me to start?
No, mine good.
I'll start.
I love it. Madman.
Mine's pretty vague, so every year I just try to improve a little bit more on everything that I did the previous year. So, like, we'll start, like Seth said earlier, like, I'm a 365-day-a-year guy. So, like, today's New Year's Day, podcast land. You know, when I get into shed season, I want to put in more miles than I put in last year. I want to find more sheds than I found last year. And then as it goes in, just all my postseason scouting, you know, rub line scrapes, into turkey season, I want to put in more time in every aspect of the year, 12 months out of the year, and just improve on every single little thing to complete the year.
Yeah.
That's it.
Shoot more
Just
squirrels
a-
than you did last year.
Yep, shoot more squirrels, find more sheds, shoot more turkeys.
Dude, I'm getting into that squirrel contest.
Oh, the squirrel contest is the most
Oh,
fun
buddy.
ever,
Oh,
dude.
watch. When does it end?
The
30
end of the month.
All right, I'm going to
31st.
get into it.
There's already guys that have like 40.
Justin
down.
with his VXR. Blasting
Oh,
squirrels
no,
into the
no.
into the stratosphere.
No, he looks more like a game-o guy.
I do. Jim
Yeah.
Shockey edition,
The
dude.
old whisper.
Dude,
Twitch.
thing missiles.
Twitch.
Twitching. No, I'll tell you what, dude. I know it's not what we were talking about, but who cares? The squirrel competition, that shit gets out of control,
Dude,
I
it's
don't
awesome.
know if you. So there's the kid to watch out for is Joseph.
Yeah.
Okay. Him and his puppy. This dog, he's got a dog, and they're world champion fucking squirrel hunting dog. Okay.
All right, so I'm not going to stop then.
They shot 83 squirrels in 1 month last year. They won the competition.
Can we ask Joseph if one of us can follow behind him?
He shot 5
camera?
this
He's in
morning.
Pennsylvania.
In the same state?
Oh yeah. Well, he does Pennsylvania and Ohio, and he runs the dog. He's like a world champion fucking squirrel hunter.
That's
dude.
awesome.
So like when that thing had all
Talking about
started,
finding a niche.
But listen.
Right?
So when this and that dog, he
Biggest squirrel? Who knew that was
Yeah,
such a
yeah,
thing?
oh yeah.
That we
Nose
started
to tail.
that.
Nose
yeah,
to
We
tail.
started that.
Really?
Oh yeah, and then Matt.
Nose to
Yeah,
tail.
well, speaking of that,
Catty Cowboy?
yeah. So everybody, don't forget to cut the nuts off your squirrels and just mail them to Matt. Just put them in an envelope.
Catty Cowboy.
Check the show notes. We'll put Matt's address down there, and
Yeah.
just mail those squirrel nuts right to Matt. He'll love it.
So it's Catty Cowboy. Catty Cowboy wanted. He messaged me. He's like, "What do you think about the heaviest nuts on a squirrel? As a subcategory?" He goes, "I'll sponsor it." And I was like, "Bro, that's the dumbest. Like, not dumb, but like, I can't do that. It's a family thing. Like, I can't do that. Like, how am I gonna tell him? Yeah, just weigh the nuts."
Do you know how cool you could make a trophy for that though?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my!
A big sack.
All I'm thinking of is
like a
like
3
gold
pound
member.
sack.
Gold member.
Have you ever seen the?
Yeah, I'm thinking of beer koozie out of a squirrel
Gold
nuts.
They got the mounts with the squirrels like this.
Oh man.
No, but so they do. We're doing the most squirrels, which last year was 80 something. Then we do the biggest squirrel from nose to end of the tail. We do a gray squirrel and we do a fox red squirrel. Dude, it gets out of control. Last year was 28 inches on a gray squirrel, dude. You know how big a 28-inch gray squirrel
We
is?
never
that's-
even.
that's-
You don't even know how big a squirrel
That's
is.
a
right?
striper.
Like,
That's a keeper striper.
That's the biggest fish. I've never even caught a fish that big.
When have you ever measured a squirrel, right?
Never.
So never, right? So doing this competition last year, we saw so many get measured. Like you start to realize like 18, 19 inches about average. So like this is first day of the competition. Someone posts a squirrel like 20 inches, like that's a good one, bigger than average. You know?
And then they started doing 21,
Yeah,
25,
we're like, ooh,
27.
that's a booner, baby.
We got Bope and Young fucking.
That's awesome.
It's a lot of fun.
It gets fucking nuts, dude. But you know what? The thing with that was just to get more people out in the outdoors, man.
another
Just something
season.
to do. Something to do after deer season. Let's keep it going. Let's keep you guys in the
That's
outdoors.
good for the
whatever
kids
it
too.
takes.
Yeah.
That's
man.
something easy you can get the kids into.
Yeah. And we had a bunch of kids, the families. There was families that never even squirrel hunted. It was a wife, a husband, and a son. They went out and they squirrel hunted every single weekend. It was something they didn't do, like stuff like that. We tried the coyote competition, but that kind of it didn't really work
Yeah,
out. It
they
was
get
just
tough.
Well,
they get tough.
and it's a niche group of people. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? I
right.
mean, like we can all say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go out coyote hunting." I fucking suck at it, dude. You're gonna shoot coyotes, man. I trap them.
I
don't
shoot
know
them
how
when
to
I'm
shoot.
deer hunting. I don't
Yeah.
go after them. I mean, sometimes maybe.
It's an art.
When
It's an
they're
actual art.
breeding,
Yeah.
it's good because
They're
they're out
so
during
smart.
the day and they really like to run. But after that February, end of January is over, I'm good.
It's tough.
The spring, I like the spring for calling, but the winter for baiting.
Yeah.
Right. Springtime when the pups are on
Yeah,
the ground.
yeah, me and Seth. Yeah, we do some calling during that
Spring. Yeah,
but it's
right
turkey
before.
hunting season.
Yeah, we
If
try.
you can double dip,
Yeah.
woo.
I actually ran into a den last year, opening day of turkey season. I looked over and I was like, what the hell is that? Bunch of little coyote pups coming out of the den.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was wild.
You just kill them.
No, I didn't. I was going to
we
come
did
back
that
and
one
call
year,
it that.
turkey hunting.
Yep.
Mark's
We,
got a boulder.
we shot a turkey, and then after we shot a turkey, we went to go check
we were setting up. A
Oh no,
blind.
yeah, your grandfather.
That was
yeah,
my first public land turkey.
Your grandfather was setting up a blind. We went
That's
to go
right.
help him out, and
We saw a
they're
female.
setting up a blind, and I'm looking into the fields, just looking, 'cause that's just a hunter's
That's
thing.
what you
just,
do, yeah.
just look over the fields, and I look, and I'm like, that was a coyote. I'm like, that was definitely a coyote. It ran across the field, and you could tell by the way it was running. I'm like, that was not a dog. That was a
Right.
coyote.
MRI.
And so Seth's like, should I go get the gun? I'm like, dude, it's open right now. It's coyote season. Let's go. Shot to his house, grabbed the 223, and the call, came back. I already had the camera because we just shot a turkey on camera. So we set up. We set up the call, and literally 5 minutes, not even after setting up the call, here comes the mother. We think it was the mother that had some some pups. She comes running out right into the field, and she like as soon as she gets out into the field, she's looking around like crazy, like
That pup distress.
That's what we did. We played the pup distress call.
PD3.
Played the pup distress call, and she came out and she was going nuts, and she stopped, and Seth just pow, and this thing started spinning.
Oh, it's the best.
In place.
It's the best.
And he reloads, chink, chink, and then poof! And as it was spinning, he caught the back of the head and dropped it. It was like the most unbelievable shot ever
On camera.
After he shot it, I was like, I looked at him and I was like, oh my God. I'm like, you got it. I'm like, you got it twice. And he was like, he looked at me. We were both stunned for a second.
We had tried the coyote hunt on camera for a while.
Yeah.
And
That's not easy.
Oh, it happens fast.
Coyotes
man.
were my kryptonite for a couple
Dude,
seasons.
it was
Have
so
you ever,
fast.
Have you ever tried stopping a
fast.
coyote? They don't stop.
No.
They
As soon as
don't?
you, gone.
Nothing.
Oh, you got a wolf at him. Woof.
I don't, dude. I've done the whistle. I've done the merp. I've done
Wolf.
dude. they
Wolf.
just-
You got a wolf.
I have never killed a coyote with a bow.
You have to woof.
Never.
You just
No, me either. I've shot 3 with a bow and have
the bow?
Five with the
I've
bow,
never
baby.
found one.
wild
Well,
deer hunting.
deer hunting, though. You're
So-
not calling them into the bow.
Yes,
Deer hunt,
exactly.
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I shot one of my biggest bucks October, I think it was the 25th. So there was another one, same spot. I go right back in. I put estrus in a scrape, and I climb up. I'm in my climber. I'm climbing up. I'm like, oh, if they get a whiff of it, they're going to be here. I got to get up. So I'm rushing, you know. I get in. Sure as shit, right before light, I hunt over this little vernal pool. Deer comes in, rack. I can just see it in the reflection of the light. Not even close to shooting light. I can just see the buck. I'm like, oh my God. Like, you kidding me? Shooting light's about 5 minutes away. His tail goes up, trots off. I have 7 coyotes come in.
That's wild.
I have 4 arrows in my quiver. I'm like, all right, whatever, let's do this. Turn, first one. Whack. Dude, guts come out. Dude, it was a 3-blade. It cut every rib on the way out and just, it gutted it for me. They're all like this. They're all looking around. I'm like, next one. Whack. Dude, 2 feet done. Next one. Whack. Ran about 15 yards.
3 out of
Done.
5 the same day doesn't count.
I'm like, I have no more arrows, dude. I dropped my bow down, climbed down. I have a super cool trail cam picture of me dragging out 3 coyotes in my
That's
climber on my
cool.
back. of
Wow,
my bow.
that's
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
nuts.
Yeah.
What happened to the buck?
I never came back.
Oh.
Never. Oh, believe me. Oh, that was my remorse on all them fucking coyotes.
But 3 in one day with a bow, all in one thing. That's wild.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's
a crazy
insane.
hunt.
I don't think much people can say much about that.
I've killed 2 at the same time with a gun, never mind a bow.
Dude, that's wild. All right, Ty, what is your 2023 goals?
Yeah, I think just balance, being balanced. You know, the hard work's going to be put in no matter what, and I think having that support system at home is super important. You know, just getting out in the woods with my son and my daughter too is, you know, I want to do that more and more. Keep them away from the TV, keep them away from being inside, get them outdoors more, and really just storytell and kind of just learn from all of you guys, because I'm still new to this whole grind, and you know, I love it. I mean, I'm addicted to this thing. I love it a lot.
I'm glad that you're addicted. Could
Love
be, you know,
Oh, we know you're addicted.
that's all he did.
I love it, man.
Tyler,
It's everything I do.
Tyler, how many sits did you have this year?
148,
620.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Like
148, man.
What a fucking addiction.
Tally
How
that,
about-
baby.
Jesus Christ. How about you, Seth? Sorry.
Goals for 23.
I know that's tough to beat, but
Get married.
Maybe. Don't get it too
Okay,
excited.
I like it.
Not November 11th, though.
Tally will like that
no,
one.
I can't wait to get married just to change my anniversary date.
Yeah.
But like Tyler said, he's right, though. I mean, especially guys like, you know, I do it 365. So with the crop damage, regular season, multiple states, man, like it's tough on them. And you couldn't do it without the wife's support. And she's the best for that.
Mm-hmm.
And she does it with me, which is even more awesome. You know, getting her out on a deer that's incredible, too. But 23 alone, I want as many bucks as many states as possible.
ooh,
I
that's
like
a good
that.
one. That's
That's my goal.
solid.
I
That's
like
real
that.
solid.
I would
That
like
is
to get multiple states in 1 year. That's for sure.
It's tough.
That is
I'm
for
not
sure.
gonna lie, but it can happen.
I like that.
Because the thing is, and this is why I say that, right? Is because you're all right. So say you're gonna go to one other state, right? Say you're gonna go to Ohio or that trip. Your focus, your number one focus, is on that trip.
Right.
So like, even though you say, all right, yeah, I scouted at home, I did my due diligence, I hunted at home for almost a month or two, then you take off and you go to another state. Well, your focus is all there. Then you come home and you're still riding that cloud nine, and you're not putting in the time and effort where you need to be in that home state. And that's one of the things and problems that I have. Like, I go there, I shoot a fucking big buck, and then I come home and I'm like, I shot a big buck. Who cares?
I'm done.
And that's exactly what happened. So a couple years ago, I shot a big buck, and I come home and I'm like, I could never be at the top of my apex. It will never happen, right?
Right.
So a buck is chasing a doe. What do? I shot the doe. Just because I'm like, it can never be. I'm just gonna kill the story, right? Like, fuck it, I'll just shoot the doe.
Hey, it's good eating.
But the thing is, that's where you have to play in your mind, and you need to get that focus right to do what you need to do it. Which I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying is that the things that you have to do is you have to focus on here, and you have to then focus on there. So it's a lot, and then especially if you do it in multiple states. You know, you see these guys do it, and you're like, how the fuck did they do it? Well, they're going with guided hunts, right? So everybody's really doing the work for them. Right. So for
paying
you,
a lot of money.
So in your time and effort, what are you going to do when you're e-scouting, or you're at home? You're going to e-scout. You know what I'm saying? So then you're not e-scouting and working here.
That's that 365.
So it's just the way it goes. You know?
The other thing too is you have to be very careful when you plan that hunt.
I was going to bring that up
because you're like, are you going to sacrifice your pre-rut at home to go to, say, Ohio? Or like when I went to Ohio 2 years ago, I went second week in November.
Right.
So I went and had a blast. I missed the best week of the year on my home dirt where I knew like the back of my hand. And I didn't really have a lot of cell cams then. But
tough.
I'd come home and check cameras. And I'm like, damn, I missed a lot at home, man.
That's
like,
we did the same thing for the Tennessee. We did the same thing.
Yeah.
So
we went. Tennessee last year we went, and it was.
When did you go?
We went in the first week of November. First week of November.
That's the prime week to
because
leave.
that's when you go on a trip, you want to have the most action. So you're going to go during the rut,
but you're still not taking away.
You're missing that at home.
But you still have the second week of November, third week of November. You know what I'm saying? And if you go there in the
that's why we
pre-rut,
tried to play, because at home, around here, it's usually the second
80 degrees.
Second, third week of November is where things kick up. The first week of November, it's chasing and stuff.
But if you go too
this
early,
year it seemed it happened earlier.
If you go too early, then it's a wishy-washy. It's either solid or it's horrible.
And then, what about when you get bad weather? You go the first week, and then you get a week of fucking 50s weather, and you're like, oh.
Well, you get bad weather, so you get rain, and then it's 50 degrees. Them deer aren't pre-rutting.
Look at this
year. What?
They are, but it's happening at night, which is no use to you.
You can get bad weather any week, though. It doesn't.
Yep.
That's true.
It's like taking your ruckcation.
Yeah.
It's like you can take it, and then if you get hit with bad weather, hey, it is what it is.
That sucks. That's the worst.
It's just the way it goes.
Right. Yep.
Justin, how about you, man? 2023, buddy.
So, I excel in the tree stand for deer. So, last year I didn't shoot as many turkeys as I'd like to, so I definitely want to shoot more turkeys. And
out of the tree stand?
No. Absolute worst shed hunter in the nation. So, hey, let's put some miles on. Let's try to find some sheds.
I think that's a good goal. Are you going to try and do it with a bow, or are you going to try and do it with a gun?
Turkey with a bow. My first two content videos will definitely be bow, and then I would love to meet up with the boys and call and let's do something with the gun. Couple with a gun in the same day.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
He's a big bow hunter. Yeah. Big bow hunter.
Oh, super.
Which is cool, which is awesome.
Lives and die by the bow, which I love. I respect that big time.
It's tough, though. It's not an easy task. Bow hunting with the bow. Bow hunting with the bow, yes. Turkey hunting with the bow is definitely one of those things. It's tough.
They'll bring a tear to your eye.
I'm not running and gunning. I'm not running and gunning. It's going to be decoy call.
You can run and gun, right? But it's so like I use, and I'm not saying I'm the best at this, right? Because I fucking suck. I even cried when I shot my first one. You'll see the struggles are real. Let me promise you this. But what I did was I used a piece of burlap and two garden stakes.
I did see that.
And you put it over the top of it, and then you have like an automatic blind.
That's awesome.
And all you do is you just duck down behind it, and then you're at full draw, and you come up, and then you shoot them. At that point, they don't really know what's going on. And they, you have to remember, a turkey lives to die to spread its seed, so it doesn't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what its main goal is, and especially during that time. Like you can trick them to do a lot of shit. But it's tough. You know what I'm saying? It is tough, but it's fun.
They go with movement. They pick up movement like that.
You can definitely do it. It's not hard, but a lot of people you have to set your mind to it. It's the same as, I think, using a camera.
I'm going to start in a blind. I'm going to start in a blind for sure with a decoy and call, because I got them roosted, dude. And I'm not going to say where, but we got them roosted, and it's almost automatic. I just really haven't put that extra effort.
Time.
Yeah.
I'll come
So,
call for you.
This plenty,
Listen,
there's
come
plenty
right
of
up.
effort.
After hearing you do that earlier, dude, you can come up whenever you want.
I'll come call.
Those nor'easter calls are unbelievable.
I would.
He'll be in the
They are.
blind
No doubt
before
about it.
sunrise.
They sound good.
They're
I think he's gonna
unbelievable.
be coming off the roost into the window.
I
with
can't
the
wait.
blind.
No, but I think, and you know, we talk about camaraderie, deer camp, boys hanging in the tree stand, so on and so forth. There is nothing better than turkey hunting with your buddy. There is nothing.
It's a blast.
There is nothing in this world that I love more than calling for one of my buddies and having him shoot turkey. And the thing is, the best thing of that is when the two people hunt totally different.
Right.
Cause like Mardik, like he hunted with me this season, bro. I thought he was gonna fucking kill me, dude. I thought he was gonna be like, yo, that hyper ass motherfucking New Yorker. What is he doing? Like he needs to chill
I'll
out.
tell you this: if you're definitely gonna run and gun if Trev comes with you. Like,
All right, let's
just
do it.
Don't just wear your Nikes because you're gonna be running. I'll tell you that right
I
now.
can picture Batman being like,
Fuck you going, bro?
I'll meet you at the car.
Like, they're still gonna be there when we get there, bud. Like,
Oh, I
love it. I love it.
This 280-pound man does not. No, we run in the turkey woods.
I was talking to Trevor earlier. He's like, I want to
I
hear him.
get the
I want to hear
defib-
him gobble right before I shoot. He's like, I'm gonna keep calling until they're in my face.
I want to shoot them while they're gobbling.
I love
Pow!
if they're gonna gobble, we're gonna make them gobble. You know what I'm saying? And if
Yep.
they don't want to gobble, we're still gonna make them gobble. That's the best part of it. If they're not gobbling, we're not killing them. That's just the way it goes.
I love it.
Lou, what's your 2023 goals, buddy?
My goals are, I usually like to get one, good buck down a year. My goals this year coming up with the land that's opening up around town, and with this group that we got, I'm looking to have one of my best years ever. Honestly,
Hell yeah.
I think that I'll be able to at least get 2 shooter bucks down and a couple of turkeys, and I want to get one buck out of state. I think we're gonna take a trip this year to Ohio.
There's no deer in Ohio. Don't waste your time.
I heard that. I did hear that. So what you guys don't know is that we have tattoos going off
they
of
matching?
our success.
Matching
Yes,
tattoos?
on success.
Yeah,
out of state.
we haven't got them yet, but
Well, we don't want to start with just
we
one.
started off with if we're successful on public land on our trip,
4 point or better, and everybody has to get one.
and everybody's got to get one.
I might
so
have to
last
sponsor
year
this
we
one
went to
right now.
Tennessee. And,
Justin, can you call your mother?
And we
Let's
all
give her a
shot
plug.
one.
Oh,
Let's
she
give her a
would
plug.
love it.
Face tattoos.
Let's give her a plug.
If it
Yes.
Hey, just
yeah,
kidding.
your
So what
mother's,
is-
your
what
mother's
is-
going to be
So it's-
What
contractually
is the
obliged.
tattoo?
It's a
Teardrop.
rack with with the dates and the initials.
Yeah,
of the
we're
state
going to do like a
underneath it.
rack and like,
So like a
with the dates.
basic
So
skull, like a Euro skull, and then the initials of the state and the year. And if you fail, you have to get that year with a line through it.
Whoa, 4 point or better.
4 point or better is got to be the success
So
rate.
how the fuck do I get in on this? Because I'm in.
Yeah, let's go.
explode a
Let's
buck
go.
bomb on the ground.
We only got 1 year down so far. So
Where do you have to get the tattoo?
It can be anywhere. Well, I mean, on you.
anywhere you want.
You know what I mean? I mean, if
It's
you're
got to be
playing Kansas-
visible, though. We decided on that.
Yeah,
It's
has
got to
to-
be
yeah.
visible. It can't be like a fucking ass cheek
we
tattoo.
Oh,
hurry-
whoa.
Can we
Visible?
hurry?
What's visible? Like thighs?
So, swimming trunks out. Swimming
yes,
trunks out.
Yeah.
All right,
Something-
upper knee.
Yeah. Well, whatever. I mean, I got plenty of canvas, so it's not a
If
problem.
you wear shorts, yeah.
Justin, this would be a great episode with your mom like tattooing
Oh
us.
my God, we'll bring her on.
Yeah, we
Well, that's
Oh,
why
the gun going in the
We,
background.
well, no, the new ones now they're silent. You getting tattooed? There's no sound.
So it's funny that you
Oh,
say
it's
that. I'm
insane,
actually
yeah.
going to get tattooed at the end of the month.
Yeah, my mom's gonna
Yeah,
get
his
it.
mom's tattooing me at the end of the month.
Get out.
So it's funny is, and I'll say it. So we were talking about she's a photographer and this that and the other thing. So we're messaging back and forth, and I says, all right, enough of the business shit. I says, when can I make an appointment to come and get tattooed?
Yep.
I'm like, I want to get
Barnes.
tattooed.
I was just on the way here. I was just showing Louie like the deer tattoo that she did. I was like, "Look how good this shit is." Because I've been, dude, I'm
a
nervous.
beast,
Okay,
dude.
the whole ink thing it makes me nervous.
She's a
All right,
Bro,
Oh yeah, no,
Bro.
100%.
bumper sticker Ferrari. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So like, I want it, this ink is better be beautiful. I
Yeah,
put
yeah.
a deer on me, and his mother does awesome work. So like,
Her realism work is her top
Yeah.
notch.
I'm ready
Yep.
to make that phone call.
that's awesome.
She's
What are you
legit.
worried about getting crazy tattoos for? Like, what does it matter if they fuck them up? You just cover them up. I mean, dude, I got saddle up tattooed on my stomach.
That's actually amazing, and you should be a male stripper.
That's a specimen.
So like
that is a specimen right there.
So what does it really
Chippendales,
matter? Like get
Chippendales.
anything, dude. It doesn't matter.
It's not that I'm worried about the tattoo; it's that I don't like getting them.
Oh,
Oh,
I just
dude,
thought
they
Amber-
are brutal.
I would rather get punched in the face repeatedly than get a tattoo.
Oh,
Really?
100%.
One without
100%.
I despise getting a tattoo.
Really?
I have never seen.
This was awful.
That's nothing.
Awful.
I
Hated
had
it.
95 hours on my back. Talk about despising.
I almost knocked the dude out like 11
Look
times.
at that. Look at that.
Dude, when he got over
I
here,
had a kid. I tattooed for a little while, and I had a kid who had his last name tattooed up the side of his ribs like that. I had to stop between every letter. That the kid was.
dude, he would hit
unreal.
like a nerve on the rib. Goes, oh, buddy, like,
Yeah,
whoa.
yeah. That's how the kid was
Terrible.
all the time.
That was
hate
my
it.
stomach. My
Oh
stomach was
my
like that, dude.
goodness.
I wanted to kill. That's why it's not finished.
Terrible.
It was just like so. It hurt so bad.
I couldn't do it.
The hands. I
It's
was
like an
tears.
annoying
The worst for me was here
Yeah.
on that bone.
Inner side of
Yeah.
my arm.
Worst for me was right around the nipple. I feel like it was falling off. Legit.
Yeah?
Yeah, my chest.
You got tattoos around your nipples?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't see them.
While
While this podcast
while he's
was
pulling on his nipple, hey,
Anyways.
Chev,
yeah.
what's your goals for 2023?
Honestly, my 2023 goals are it's already happened, bro. In my opinion, is to have a camaraderie of a team, a group, somebody to take this thing to the top, go everywhere, and just go for it all, man. Like it's all or nothing kind of thing. Like having just a good group of good 10%ers, man, to just stand by throughout the season, and it's been my goal. It forever will be my goal, and just for everybody to succeed. And
Just
that's my
get
goal.
aggressive and go for it. That's it.
That's it, man.
That's it, man.
Definitely is. So
I love it.
I love it a lot, guys. Well, I thank you all for joining us in the studio today, dude. I am looking forward. This will not be the last one. I can promise you that. It is the first one, but won't be the last. And everything that comes from here on out, I am looking forward to 100%, dude.
Absolutely.
And you know where you can find all of us. That's right here on the Outdoor Drive.